party.
Do you have time?
I think I'm free if Tuesday's open.
Yeah, Tuesday's fine.
Actually, today is Tuesday.
Well, what are we waiting for?
What? I don't know. No reason.
I know a reason.
Time for my favorite show.
My favorite show. That's like my favorite show ever.
It shows the complete mockery of human relationships.
I know, right? I know.
They're seriously so funny.
Really? Can't wait to hear this.
Let the freak show begin.
Well, good morning. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Well, I don't really see you, but good to be seen. Welcome to AJ in the Morning on InsideMaine.com. So happy that you're here. If you're watching live on Facebook right now, or maybe watching the video back later in the day, or checking out the show as a podcast on all of the great podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. However you're consuming the show today, I want to thank you so much for being here. It is Tuesday. Time to get up and moving and seize the day. And I want to start by saying a quick hello to some of the folks checking in, watching the show right now. I want to say hello to Jackie. What's going on, Jackie? First to tune in this morning. Also, Lisa. Paul is here as well. Hey, look, Ray checking in as well. Thanks so much. Right now, we're going to take a live look. Usually, this is sort of like a weather-related, like an outdoor webcam that we go to, a different one every day. But you know what? Today, we're actually going to go to the chandelier cam right there. Huh? Remember yesterday I was talking about this chandelier that I got Kathleen for her birthday? Well, this morning... This kind of explains why I'm running so late. This morning, I finally finished putting it together, assembling it, installing it. Let me tell you, this was no easy task. Let me just say, it took a lot of hours. If you didn't know, when you buy a chandelier, well, you got to put the whole freaking thing together. It comes in several hundred pieces. But I am just so happy to say that it is up, and I think it looks beautiful. Kathleen is in love with it. Kind of makes us look fancy, don't you think? Even though we're really not. We're pretty basic people. But the chandelier, I think, is a nice touch. And I'm just super proud of that this morning. Wanted to share it with you. In terms of the weather today, we're going to see, well, it's going to feel like, it's going to feel like December. 30s. Might reach the mid-30s today if we're lucky. And as I mentioned in the caption, oh, thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, I think it's beautiful, too. And, Tammy. Hey, Tammy, thanks for checking in. Really appreciate that. Oh, Paul, look at Paul busting my balls for being a little late this morning. Well, I'm sorry, Paul. Busy morning with that chandelier. And also getting things ready for our very special guest this morning on the show, coming up in just a little bit. Oh, this is great. The lovely and talented KIRA LEW. A dear friend of mine. I'm so excited that I was able to talk her into joining me on the show this morning. So KIRA has a lot going on. In addition to hosting the morning show on WOKQ, she also has a new podcast she wants to tell us about, and some other things going on. We're going to reminisce a little bit as well. So just great to have her on the show. Why don't we just get right to it right now? Once again, the lovely and talented KIRA LEW.
Excellent.
Oh, my God, KIRA LEW.
Oh, my God, AJ. Is this not a blast from the past?
When's the last time I saw you in person?
Oh, you got to take it to a depressing place. It's been really a long time.
Jeez.
But it's not because of our friendship. It's because of the damn pandemic.
It really is. I don't remember if the last time was when you came up here or I went down there, but it's been way too long. How have you been?
All things considered, I feel lucky to be busy. I know a lot of people, the default emotion right now is bored as sin. Mm-hmm. And I feel lucky I have a lot to fill my days, and everyone's healthy. So, knocking on wood in all those respects, for sure.
You do have a lot going on, and I can't wait to dig into all that. But this week you're actually on vacation. And I really appreciate you taking some time out of your vacation to chat with us on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I mean, I slept till 9, so you, as a morning person, you know what a joy that is.
Well, it's funny because for me, I found it hard, after doing mornings for over 5 years or so, I find it hard to like, all right, I'm not going to be a morning person anymore. Like I get up even when I don't have to get up, I get up at odd hours. That's just me. But you just snap right back into a normal schedule, huh?
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying, and you are more normal, like for a morning person. They all say that, you're like, I don't know about that, but they all say that they just get into that rhythm. And I've been doing this for almost 5 years, but my heart still wants to stay up till 11 at night and sleep until 9. That the heart wants what it wants.
That's right.
I've never really adjusted, I have to say.
The struggle, it's real.
It's very, very real.
So for folks watching that don't know KIRA LEW, I can't imagine who doesn't, but let's learn a little bit about you and your background before we dig into what you're doing right now. First of all, we first met because you were originally my co-host on the morning show on HOM.
Yeah, that was so fun. My first time doing morning radio was with this face right here I'm looking at.
And it's funny because I didn't know what I was doing. But I had to pretend that I knew what I was doing for you because you were new. You were newer than me.
You didn't know what you were doing? No. You seemed like you did.
No, I really didn't. Never
I
really
love
did.
that the truth is coming out.
Yeah, it did. So what happened with KIRA is, she jumped on immediately. I felt like we had really great chemistry, and I felt like the show had an excellent future. Did you feel the same way?
Yeah, I felt like we were pals right off the bat, and I didn't have much to compare it to because I had never done radio with anyone, but I was like, this is very easy. And I feel like I'm lucky that this is so easy.
And I felt like I was lucky because I was coming off a stint with another co-host who was batshit crazy.
Yeah, you said that was tough.
Made my life hell, but then
so
you
came along. It wasn't always easy.
Yes, definitely. But you came along and I was like, this is going to be great. This show is going to be awesome. And it lasted about, what would you say, about 3 months or so?
It was 4.
4 months. And I remember the boss man coming in and saying, things are going so great with you and KIRA, but I get some news I got to break to you. We're going to move her to one of our other stations. Completely crushed me, KIRA.
I know. It was a bummer. It was exciting. I was feeling all kinds of feelings at that point because I was excited to move to this station, the one that I'm at now.
Which actually worked out for you tremendously well.
It did, but I really did enjoy doing radio with you, and I missed certain things about working in Portland. There's nothing like working in Monument Square in Portland.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
No, it was great. I think that the one highlight that comes to mind for me in our very brief time doing a show together, well, you probably remember, you probably know what I'm going to bring up, right?
I think that I do, but I'll let you finish.
Well, I think it's your story to tell, KIRA.
Oh, okay. My fondest memory was when we got to do a remote in Booth Bay Harbor.
Oh.
You weren't going to say that?
No.
Oh, I loved that. And we got to go to a lobster bake.
The remote in Booth Bay Harbor, that was pretty cool. Definitely.
AJ didn't eat chicken, so they made him wear a tag that said that he was going to eat chicken at the lobster bake.
Instead of lobster, yeah. Yeah, they made me feel like a fool.
Instead of lobster. It was like the tag of shame, call him chicken. Just call him chicken.
That was definitely a memorable moment, but I got to say, for me, the moment that was the most magical when you were my co-host was, maybe a month or so prior, your boyfriend at the time approached me with the idea about proposing to you live on the air during our show.
Oh my God, how could I forget about that?
Which was quite a moment, and I had to keep this to myself and not tell you or really anybody else that it was happening. And then the day finally came, and it was quite a surprise for you, wasn't it?
I had no idea that was happening. Looking back, AJ was acting a little strange that morning, really excited to see me. He was usually excited to see me, don't get me wrong, but he was pacing back and forth and nervous, like it was his day to pop the question. I was like, what is up with this guy? And so funny.
And so Steven comes in just out of the blue all of a sudden. He says some really, really sweet things. I caught it all on we have video of it. And it was just...
It's on YouTube.
It is. It's gotten a lot of hits, Kira. People really enjoyed that moment. And you said the right thing, which was yes.
I did, but okay. I'm going to be candid with you. Obviously, I was always going to say yes because the love of my life asked me to marry him. That was always the plan. But the programmer side of me was like, oh my God, this would go viral if I said no.
So that thought goes through your head for like a split second, like, wow,
Just
this
a
would be
split
really good for
second.
the show if I said no.
Can't you see the headline? Guy asks girl live on the radio to marry him and she says no?
Well,
how many clicks?
I would have been very grateful for that, but I'm actually more glad that you said yes, and
Oh, me
then
too.
you had a fabulous engagement, and then your wedding sometime later, which was beautiful.
Oh, you were there. It was a great day.
No, I am honored to say that I was one of the only work people there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe me and like one other guy, maybe. That was such an honor, Kira. I really appreciate you inviting me there. What a party. Your family knows how to party.
I could not have you after you orchestrated the whole proposal. How could I not have you there? And plus, I love you.
Well, I love you back, and it was such a good time, and a weekend I won't soon forget for sure. I wanted to talk about some of the things you're up to now, because not only do you have this morning show on WOKQ that is extremely successful and looks like you're having a good time, right?
Thanks. Yeah, I do. I love my co-host. I love my morning show. Feeling really lucky, especially to keep doing it through all this. It's been crazy.
Yeah. So obviously that is a lot of hard work, keeping up this full-time morning show. But then at some point it seems like you decided that wasn't enough work for you, and so you decided you wanted to pile some more work onto yourself, and you decided to launch a podcast. Tell me about that.
Okay, I'll tell you, AJ. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a frog in my throat. It's vacation voice. So I actually wanted to start a podcast before I even got into radio. I was really intrigued by it. Thought the whole medium was really cool, but it seemed really daunting from a technical standpoint, because before I got into radio, I didn't know how to edit or record anything, or it all seemed really daunting. So I was like, all right, now's not the time. And after I had a few years of experience in radio under my belt and all this, not spare time, but haven't really had much of a social life thanks to COVID, I was like, now's the time. Let's launch this bad boy. I had an idea and I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's called Therapodic, kind of like therapeutic, but podcast.
I see what you did there.
I'll see myself out. So yeah, it's been good. I have 19 episodes, and I'm taking a little break with the pod now and starting in 2021 with season 2. So it's been a wild ride.
Okay.
I've actually had your fiance on.
That's right. She was actually one of your first guests, if I remember correctly.
Number 2.
Look at that. I think that was obviously one of my favorite episodes, but I do listen to the podcast, Kira. I got to say, I really like it. I like the people that you have on. Tell us about some of the other guests that you've had on.
Okay. I've had my mother, Mama Lou. She is a woman. If you think that I am open and honest, once you see where I came from, you'll see why. She has absolutely no filter in the best way possible, as a Jewish mother tends to do. So, her episode is called Two Lose in a Pod. I think it's episode 7, so you could check that out. I've also had some reputable, actors and comedians and things like that. I had Hugh Collins. He's on the hit show Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was great and has a delightful British accent. So that one got a lot of great feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And most recently, I had my husband on, which I sort of, AJ knows he's not much of a broadcaster, more of an introvert. So that one took a little bit of whiskey, but I'm really pleased with the product. That episode is called Till Death Do Us Pod. A lot of pod puns, if you can.
I see that. I see a theme here. Now, you've probably discovered the struggle that I've discovered is that there's a million podcasts out there. and it can be a challenge sometimes to get the word out. What are some of the creative ways that you are letting people know that it's there so that they'll check it out?
Oh, the struggle is real. I mean, everyone has started a podcast, especially during this pandemic. So I'm sort of focusing on content right now and just trying to make the content be the star and put my energy into that. I'm promoting it in the ways that you would promote, a radio show. I have a Facebook and an Instagram, and I cut up these little promo videos to promote each episode that I release every week. And yeah, I'm trying to get word of mouth out. I have merch. I actually have masks. I sent AJ and Kathleen one.
We got those in the mail, and we snapped a pic for you. Look at that. That is cool. See, that is how you do it right there. You can
see my logo.
Sweet looking logo, and you slap that baby on pretty much anything. And obviously, face masks are all the rage right now.
Everybody needs one, more than one, actually. You need a variety.
Exactly.
So that's marketing right there a little bit.
There you go. You got it down. So
thanks, dude.
What do you think is the hardest part of doing the podcast? What's challenging for you?
What's challenging for me? I feel like I was getting to a place that I was putting in ridiculous hours to crank out an episode every single week. And I felt like the product was suffering because I was like, well, I said I was doing it every Thursday, Therapodic Thursday. I don't want to let my theropods down. So I would be like jamming almost like you would in college, like stay up all night to cram for a test and then like get it out at midnight. And I was like, this isn't what I want. I want to be putting out stuff that I'm proud of. So for me, it was like, okay, it's better to go every other week and put out a product I'm proud of than to be cramming every single week and just putting something out for the sake of putting it out. So that was a lesson I had to learn.
So as they say, quality rather than quantity.
Yeah. And I have to keep in mind, I have a job. I have a full-time job. I'm working over 40 hours a week. And this is my passion project. It's supposed to be fun. So if I'm staying up all night,
keep it fun,
cramming to get this out, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you this, Kira. If you could pick one person, your dream guest, to be on the show with you, who would it be?
Oh, okay. I love that you asked me this. So after you, of course, AJ Duquette. But I don't have to put you in the dream category because you already gave me a verbal commitment that you would come on. So
Definitely.
bless up for that. My dream guest, I had to change it. So it was Ellen DeGeneres.
Really?
It was. I've loved Ellen for so long. And then that whole thing came out that, she's not very nice to her employees. And, you take all that with a grain of salt, of course, but I couldn't help that changes my narrative about her a little bit.
Yeah, same here.
In my head, because you like to think she's a good person. So now I would have to say my dream guest on the Therapodic podcast, I'm putting this out in the universe, would be the actor Seth Rogen.
Ooh, Seth Rogen would be a great choice. You guys would have so much fun.
His laugh and just his overall demeanor, I have felt since the beginning.
That's my Seth Rogen impression right there.
That's pretty. Wait, can I hear that one more time? Oh, nice.
Actually, It sounds more like Chewbacca, maybe.
That was like Seth Rogen has a little bit of indigestion.
That laugh.
That was it.
Jeez, yeah.
You just had to work up to it.
I did, yeah.
So I felt like Seth Rogen is a part of my family. His whole vibe, his sense of humor. I feel like we're related. He just doesn't know it.
Well, there's actually a good chance that you could be related because I understand that both of you are Jewish.
We are both members of the tribe.
Well,
so we could bond on all kinds of levels, having overbearing Jewish mothers and Hanukkah and what it's like to be the only kid in town without a Christmas tree. Oh, we could really bond.
And, speaking of that, by the way, great choice. And I hope that happens for you at some point. But speaking of that, Kira, I thought it would be a lot of fun while I have you on here to do a little, give you an opportunity to prove just how Jewish you are with a little Jewish trivia. How would you like to play?
Oh my God, that was an incredible segue. I am blown away.
Right?
And Yes, let's do a little Jew off
Okay.
with myself.
We'll do a Jew off with yourself.
I feel like I have to stretch.
Yeah, I wouldn't know any of
Oh.
these probably, but we'll see how many of them that you know.
Okay.
First of all, and this is sort of a trick question, I thought, because I thought I knew the answer to this, but I shouldn't say anything else. What Jewish holiday is the most like Christmas?
Is the most like Christmas?
That's right. It lasts an evening and a day, involves the giving of gifts, special scriptures read, special cookies are baked, and all that sort of fun.
Purim?
You got it. See, the first thing that came to mind for me was Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I thought, most
that's what
people
a lot
think-
of people think it because it's around the same time of year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, you nailed that one. That's impressive.
Okay.
You're a good Jew.
Kira's on the Jew board.
Okay, question number 2. It was common for Jewish rabbis to use an abbreviated form of their name. What was Maimondis's real name?
Maimondis's?
Yeah.
An abbreviated.
Wait, Maimonidis's.
Oh my. I am bringing all of my Judaism into question because I don't think I know this one. This is expert level
Okay,
stuff.
so that is Moshe ben Maimon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
there we
good
go.
old Moshe.
Uh-huh. All right. Let's move on to
learning.
the next one here. Kabbalah, the word itself, is of Hebrew origin, meaning to what? Kabbalah.
Pray?
Well, the answer is receive. So is that kind of the same, maybe?
Oh, I think you're being generous. No, I
No,
don't think
it's
that's
not.
the same.
Okay.
I was really confident on that one. Shucks.
What is the Hebrew word for commandment?
Oh, no, I know this one.
Okay. The Hebrew word for commandment.
Can you tell me what it starts with?
An M.
It's not coming to me.
I'll give you a hint.
AJ? Yeah.
I've heard this word before a lot.
Yeah.
It would be a bar.
Oh, mitzvah.
Hey, there you go.
Mitzvah.
All right.
Oh man, do you know what? That's confusing because mitzvah, you also use that to mean good deed.
That,
in
yes,
Hebrew.
Right. Good deed.
A mitzvah is a
Okay.
good deed.
All right. I'd say you're doing pretty good so far.
Thanks.
One more question, and they say that this is very basic knowledge that every Jew should know.
Okay.
What is the most commonly used name in is it Judaism?
Judaism, you got it.
Judaism.
Nailed it.
What is the most commonly used name in Judaism for God?
Adonai.
Was that your answer?
Yeah, Adonai.
I have here Hashem.
Hashem.
Yeah. Hashem.
Oh.
Hashem.
Yeah. No, that's one too. That's one too.
Are you
they're
gonna-
they're both right.
Oh, they're both right. Okay, so technically you got that one correct. We'll give it to you.
Well, I gave that last one to myself.
And you know what? I think I would say that you passed, Kira. And,
Oh well,
yeah.
the threshold is low, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I
Lots
gotta
and
brush
lots of
up
fun.
on my Jewish facts here.
I know. All right. Well, good job with that. I am
Thanks, dude.
so happy that you decided to come on the show with me, spend a little bit of your vacation on the show. It really means a lot to me that you did. And wanted to give you one more opportunity here to plug some stuff because you got lots of stuff going on. So plug away.
Okay. Before I do that though,
Yeah.
I want to say how proud I am of you that you have this. Like, this is so cool what you've built. Like,
Well,
your
thank
social
you.
Media and your show, and you have like your people that are watching and listening every day. It's so cool, and you're figuring it out as you go, just like
Yep.
I am with podcasting.
Mhm.
And I love to see you. I love to see you shine because
Well, thank you.
you're
And-
like my favorite.
And like I said, you know, or like you said, I'm still figuring it out as I go. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing still, but having fun while I'm doing it. So
That's the most important thing, you know? And no, and that's, I'm getting a little off track here, but a lot of people don't want to try something until they can get it perfect, and it'll stop them from trying anything new.
Right.
So I really encourage people to, even if you're scared or you screw up, that's okay, because you'll get better as you go. Like, look
absolutely.
at us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Suck it. Look at us.
You can find my podcast. It's called Therapodic. So THERAPODIC, like therapeutic, but Therapodic.
Very nice.
That is on any major podcasting platform. So you got Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. And you can find Therapodic on Instagram or Facebook. I am at KIRA LEW on Instagram, and you can listen to me weekday mornings. Not this week because I'd be sleeping, but at most weekday mornings, 5:30 to 10 on WOKQ, which is 97.5.
Wow. And also, are you on the radio in Portland?
Oh, yes. Sorry. My morning show is simulcast. It is also on 103.7 The Peak in Portland, Maine.
Wow.
Same time, 5:30 to 10. And I am on WJBQ on middays, 10 to 3.
You are so freaking busy. I don't understand how you have time to do anything.
It's a little bit too much of my voice. It's like, whoa, all day long. What do we do? Hopefully you like me, because I never stop talking.
And you have a website, don't you? We should probably throw that out there.
Oh, yeah. I have KIRA LEW, it's not KIRALEW.com, KIRALEW.com. And we actually just added a Therapodic little module on there where you can catch up on old episodes and, get in touch with the pod. So that's up and running too.
I love it. KIRA, so good to see you. Again, thank you so much for coming on. And I can't wait to see you again in person when all this craziness is over.
Oh, I'm going to give you such a hug. You're going to be like, okay, KIRA, this has been long enough. Stop hugging me, but I won't.
And we'll immediately do some tequila shots. How's that sound?
Immediately.
Yes.
I like your style.
KIRA, thanks so much.
All right. Love you, AJ. Talk to you soon.
Love you. Bye. And there you have it. KIRA LEW. So happy that she agreed to come on the show. I like having guests, and I hope you do too. And I definitely do want to have more guests on the show because it's fun. That way you don't have to look at my ugly mug the whole time and get some interesting people in here to talk to. And I think that's going to do it for the show this morning. Thank you so much for checking it out. We'll be back around this time tomorrow with a new episode. And one quick reminder, if you're doing some holiday shopping with Amazon, make sure to start at my website with that. If you go to InsideMaine.com, click on the Amazon banner right there at the top of the page. It'll take you to Amazon. You'll get those same great deals, get them shipped to your house nice and quickly. But you know what? For the referral, they'll kick me over a little commission, and it's a great way to support the show. Doesn't cost you an extra dime, but it all goes to support AJ in the Morning and InsideMaine.com. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.